Good morning, everyone. See, Robert said no email. Did anyone get an email? Some people got an email. Thank you very much. Let me share the Telegram. Thank you very much, Stephen. Kay, how are you? Jeremiah. We are waiting to get started. Get started in just a minute. New version, not that I'm really aware of. Yeah, Joy, I'm sitting right across from Roger. I will be there. Mm-hmm. Uh, Christopher, I am. Can you send it again? Because I don't think I got it. Hey, Richard. And well, two Richards. Oh, good. Good, good, good. There he is. I hear
Yeah, I'm
my
right
own
here.
voice, so I know you're in.
Yep. Ugh. Sorry about that. That thing dropped. The speaker dropped, and now I'm trying to. It's all mixed up in cables and all that. Yeah. Oh, good morning, everybody. Let me change this to Roger Scott. I don't know what it says. Roger Zoom. Roger Scott. One of those days today, you know. Yesterday was one of those days. Today's one of those days too. Let me just turn on. Let me just turn on something here. Good. Here. I will be right there, folks. Literally, I will be right there. I'm just, there we go. There's that. that to 1080p on YouTube. Look at that. Okay. Devin, Robert, Richard, Robert. We got one for go to one click. Jody, Robert, Raj. And then here we have, say hello to everybody. Here we have, put my TC2000 on. So we have something to look at. There we go. Who do we have here? Of Wade. We have Wade. We have Bob. No X for me. Peter, did you see what I posted in the Zoom chat, Telegram channel, Matt? In the Pit
No.
channel? Take a look. Peter, Greg, Christopher, Rich, David, Deanna, Gus, Nestor. The worst news today. Much, much worse than all the tariff news that we've been seeing. Much, much worse. Hey, Joanne. Good to see you. How are you? Christopher, Steve. Yes, highly volatile. Highly volatile. That's the message for today. I'm highly volatile. Actually, I'm not volatile at all. The market's volatile. Just to let you know, I didn't get an email. Thank you, Mark. Ken, Robert, Zoom user, Steve, Jeff, John, Kevin, Eduardo. Even if you are off screen. Murray, hey, Murray, Santiago, Joe, David. Clyde's okay, but he's at home. He's doing his thing. Harold, hello there. Zoom user, yep, Waffle House. Yeah, wait a minute. Morning, Murmis, how are you? Yeah, the Waffle House is raising their egg prices. That's the worst thing. The worst thing. Isn't it, Matt?
Yep.
Terrible. Criminal. Your camera's off, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. What a grandson. If you guys haven't seen it, here's a picture of Rich's grandson. It's a great picture. Let me see if I have it here. I posted it on YouTube. Very cute picture. There it is. What a cutie pie. That here, look at that. That is a cutie. Very. That's a future trader right there. Future trader, if I've ever seen one, right there. I've seen a lot of them. Adorable, right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Matt's gonna have one that looks something like that very soon too.
April 6th.
April 6th. It's too loud, Matt. I got to turn it down. Hold on. All right.
Test. Oh,
It's too
yeah, you
loud.
turned it all
Way
the way
too
down.
loud. Be careful on the spy position here, Matt. We have a spy short right now in the pit, and I don't think it's doing so well. But it did come down from the high. So I wanted you, grocery stores in Massachusetts restrict you to 2 carton of eggs? What kind of what? Something going on with eggs. That's crazy. Crazy. 50 cents an egg. Yeah, he was. He was in Weekend for Groundhog's Day. Yeah, bird flu. Bird flu. It's awful. It's awful. It's awful. It's awful. Really is awful. Really is awful. So, in terms of the market, real quickly, the bond market looked like it peaked out at the 50-day right here, and it looks like it wants to cool off. If the bond market starts coming off, we're going to see some downside pressure uh, in stocks because obviously, as everybody here knows by now, this is the long bond, and long bond makes yield higher. And if yield goes higher by the bonds going down, it's going to put pressure on the stock market. Price of beef is about to go up because of the screw worms in Mexico. That's the first I hear of that, Murmis. Interesting. Want to limit the amount you can get. The new toilet paper, huh? Anto says my picks are only making 0.1. I have no idea. Anto, okay, thank you for that. Um, egg shortage because Michigan, you can't sell eggs that weren't from cage-free chickens. Okay. Tremendous shortage of stocker cows as we speak. Huh. Interesting. Maybe the tariffs on Mexico will limit the beef from Mexico and buy American beef with no. All right. I think I ate the screwworm last night. Yeah. Kevin says, I don't remember how many times Costco was totally out of eggs the last several months. Mm, mm, mm. Amazing. 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 All right. All right. Here. Blue or DJT screw? I don't know. It's pretty funny. Who's Anthos says your picks are only making 0.1%? Another moron. Matt, how much are we up on the BAC trade?
25%.
25%. What is this with the 0. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, Bob, we had a guy who just came in here and left. He just wanted to poop and leave. He said my trades are making 0.01% poor trading. All right, our everybody's a critic these days. Hey, Ivana, how are you? Is it April Fools? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to tell you guys something. I realize over and over, the more I react to nonsense, the more it's going to impact my health. And the truth is, I have absolutely nothing to prove to anybody. I'm pretty good at what I do. As a matter of fact, I would say that I'm probably one of the best traders in the world, and that's a fact. I really don't have anything to prove to anybody. It's like, if you don't like what I do, go screw yourselves. Oh God. Thanks, Kevin. That's good. Good. Yeah, if I have chance, I will, Sherry. Definitely will. I definitely will. I definitely will. My runners from Walmart are up 117%. You all did hear about the bird flu killing chickens for a while. Now, right, it's now crossed over to cow milk. That's what people are talking about here, John, I think. I learned more from you in 2 months than I have years of pretending to learn. Murph says you're definitely a giver. Thank you. Don't hold back. Tell us how you feel. I closed early. BAC, okay, took a larger position. Okay, John, thanks for that feedback. I appreciate it. Finally got out of ball puts like Balla, 72%. Roger, thank you for advising us to quick out of your longs on Palantir, 880% overnight. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. But really, I don't really have anything to prove to anybody. I've traded with some of the best guys in the world, and I still do. And if you guys knew half the things that I'm not telling you, it would completely blow your mind away. Well, I'm not leaving. Ken, I think if you haven't left in like 8 years, you're not. Yeah, I really don't have anything to prove to anybody. I'm not leaving anyone better. Thank you. All right. So I'm very nervous. I'm nervous about a couple of things here. I'm nervous about a few things. You're trading with the best people. Don't screw him. Screw him. Yeah, there's one born every minute. Oh, DJ, nice. 4 for 4 profit. This very nice. You're welcome. You're all welcome. All right. All right. So I'm nervous about the bond market. I'm nervous about Lennar Homes because this is a big home builder. And let me show you guys where we're at. And this is actually a pretty damn good moving stock, too. This stock, Matt, I really need you to adjust this for me. I know you've been really busy, like very busy, but I need you to adjust this for me because this, you see, guys, how I have so I'm going to tell you the problem is, and you should be able to hear me, Nestor. Everybody else can hear me okay, I think. Yeah, I think it's on your end. The backyard chicken thing from over a year now. I didn't even look at egg prices anymore. SJ, that's very smart of you. If I wasn't restricted, if I didn't live on a golf course, I think I'd be doing the same thing. That's not the worst idea I've heard, SJ. He's doing his own chickens like Matt is. Not a bad idea at all. So Lennar is a major, major player in the home building business. And remember what I always tell you, when home builders go under pressure, it impacts things that are relating to home builders. And I'm going to tell you, if you look at a statistical sheet of when folks buy things, they buy things when they buy homes. Uh, oh, thank you, AD. Nice, Brendan. Eggs on the golf course. Oh, don't even go there. Angie, I got the Canadian geese. I got Canadian geese on my golf course, and they won't leave. That's the only thing I would request our president to do, to sign an order, an executive order, asking the Canadian geese to leave Florida. Everything else, I'm okay with it. Okay, there's actually a collie, a small border collie. Her name is Gracie, and her job is to move them along. But they're lazy and they're big. The alligators are there; they eat them. But I'm telling you, those send. Now we're talking, Jeff. So I'm going to tell you guys, my big problem is the Canadian geese. I have no problems with immigrants except for the geese. I want the geese gone. Okay, my 4 dogs can't chase them. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody. Okay. So I'm not happy about Lennar Homes being at a very at this turning point right here. This is very bad, very bad, very bad. Not just for the stock, for home builders. Another thing that's very bad is Nvidia. Nvidia is literally below the 200-day moving average, and they really a horrible mess. They are, folks. I'm not kidding about the horrible mess. So they make poop on all the cars, and then you come outside in the morning, and your whole car windshield is covered in geese poop, and you can't get it off, and it's really disgusting. So I'm really not kidding about the Canadian geese, okay? And again, it has nothing to do with Canada. The geese. I'm talking about the damn geese, okay? They try to fly to Miami, but I think they get stuck here. It's warm enough, so they don't go anywhere, you know. Anyways, all right. Don't mean to get off topic. So Nvidia is below the 200-day moving average, and if Nvidia stays below the 200-day moving average, we're gonna have some problems. I want to, Art. I want to. That's the only thing I don't like about Florida, the Canadian geese. And I hope you all know that this has nothing to do with Canada. And please, I know there's always one that's going to say something crazy or stupid. I'm just making light of the fact that they're very annoying birds, and they're very big, and they're very aggressive. Yeah, so they'll cross the A1A highway. They'll literally cross the A1A highway, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, you live here with their
Yeah.
whole family. Have you seen that? The Canadian geese with their whole family?
Yeah.
And they will not budge. So anyway, it's really bad here in oh, thank you. It's really bad here in Florida with Canadian geese. Now back to Nvidia. I don't like the fact that this is breaking the 200-day moving average. I don't like the fact that SMH is breaking the 200-day moving average. None of this is good. So this is a major red flag, okay? A big red flag for me. Don't like if you get close to them, they're very aggressive. They're very aggressive. Richard is absolutely right. They're very aggressive. Yeah. I thought my wife used to talk about him, and I thought she was just playing around, and then she's onto something. Geese instead of watched. That's funny. That's funny, Debbie. That's a pretty good joke. Okay, so all right. So I don't like what I'm seeing. I also don't like the fact that consumer staples are trading below the 200-day moving average. Okay? So there's a couple of things here I don't like. Now, in light of this, I'm going to now shift focus a little bit. I'm still going to stay with the analysis, but I'm going to try to give you guys a little bit of an education. Carlos, are you here, Carlos? This is a good time to start whipping out the notebook. Let's see if Carlos is here. Oh, there he is. Hey, Carlos, how are you? All right, so I'm going to teach you guys about two indicators, and they only need to be, you have to use them together. If you don't use them together, it's no soup, okay? So I've already talked about Vold. This is Vold. This is the T2104 in think in it's this right here equals this equals this. See this right here? That's the one I show you, T2104. That's this right here. That's this indicator right here. This mouse, Matt, is this computer is giving me issues with mouses. That's the only thing. Figure out my mouse problem. That's this, okay? That's Vold. I'm not talking about the Vold right now. We'll talk about the Vold in a minute. Right now, we're going to be talking about the ADD, like, you know, like somebody who has ADD. And we're going to talk about the tick, okay? So I'm going to explain them to you. And hopefully, I'll actually explain them to you in a way that will make sense, okay? The best way I can explain to you, and I need to use them together. So whenever you're looking at ADD, you should always be looking. I wish I could put them. You know what I'll do? Hold on. I'll do it this way. Okay, now I could do it. Now I could do it at one time. Okay, now I could do this. Okay. Now this is a good time to start taking notes, folks. This is a good time to pay attention. We're not talking about Canadian geese anymore. I'm getting serious now. Okay. All right. So the way you want to look at them is this: pretend that they're the same indicator. This is the daily, and this is the 5-minute. But Roger, you're using them both on 5-minute. Why should I look at it that way? Just trust me on this for a minute. I'll explain, okay? We're reaching the VWAP, Matt, on the SPY. Okay, so you know we bound. All right, I'm not gonna. The beautiful thing about Matt, I just have to point things and go, and he's like, yeah, and then we understand each other.
There's news. I'm already watching it.
I know you are. I know. You're
The
not
news
big on.
was
Yeah,
President Xi and Trump are not going to meet today.
they're not going to what?
They're not going to meet.
They're not going to meet.
So the tariff tension intensifies.
They're not going to meet.
Nope.
No, that's not good. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you the best, the way to do it. Okay. So let's say let's say you're looking at me from okay, remember the example I gave you? I'm going to actually use the exact same example that I've been giving you for years, but finally I'm going to get a chance to explain it to you. Remember I gave you an example of you're sitting watching a car from 100 or 200 feet away. So you can't hear it, but you could see it, right? And you're watching this car, and you're watching this car, and you're watching this car, and the car is moving in a circle. But when you're listening, if you're in the car, now the car is going 60 miles per hour, okay? But you don't know this because you're an observer. You're not in the car. But the guy in the car, the engine is busting, and the car has to move. He has to now press the accelerator pedal 2 or 3 times as hard to get to where he needs to go. Okay? Now you don't know that because you're an observer and you're watching and you can't hear anything. But he's like this in the car. Normally the car's like. Now he's still getting you 60 miles per hour, but the car inside is doing this. It's like about to explode. It's like you're watching a tank and the tank is moving and you're like, oh, this tank is about to kill someone. But imagine the men inside the tank are all fighting over each other and they're like pointing guns at each other and trying to kill themselves. Basically, what I'm trying to give you is a 2-picture scenario where from the outside, everything looks pretty, but from the inside, things are falling apart. Okay? Okay. No, not bad tires. Bad tires is a bad example because bad tires, you can't change. This can change because the man can change things by just letting go of the gas pedal, okay? Tires, once they break, but similar type of situation. So Now I'm going to explain to you that same scenario with this, okay? This is you watching the car. This is you watching the car from 100 feet away. And this is you literally standing in front of the engine and doing this. Now you understand the difference? So let me explain. This is showing you all the stocks. This is showing you all the stocks that are upticking from yesterday's close. So let's say we have a really strong opening, right? And we get a nice bull move up, right? Okay, okay. Now, you would expect those same stocks to be upticking right now during the day, right? So let's say something opens up. What happens if I open up but I don't go anywhere? It'll eventually come down, right? Okay. So this gives you that big picture, but this tells you what the engine is doing right now, this second. Okay, so this is showing you, hey, the car is pointing up. The car is pointing up. The car is pointing up. And what this is telling you that the engine is not moving, is not cooperating. It's moving down. So let me give you a practical example, okay? So today, up till about 10 minutes ago, look, we gapped up and we've been just going straight up. A lot more stocks were stronger, opened and remained stronger than yesterday's close. So in other words, we had a nice gap up in the morning. Okay, we're not gap up. We're up. We're on a daily chart. The stocks are looking really good, but on a 5 minute chart, on a 5 minute chart or a tick chart, momentum is waning. There's no follow through. There's no. So this is you pointing your wheel, okay, and this is you pressing on the gas pedal. So what happens if I point my wheel somewhere, but there's no gas in the car? What's going to happen? This is what we're looking at, Parker. We're looking at advanced ADD and we're looking at tick. This is what you should be looking at. Stop looking at what you're looking at and start looking what I'm looking at. ADD, tick. This is think or swim, by the way. This is think or swim. So what happens if this is looking really strong, but this doesn't cooperate? This is like at 200, can't get it up. This is what happens to the market. The market looks really strong and then gives out. Capiche? Do you understand why this has to support this? If this doesn't support this, you're going to get like a neutral. It's like the car is just going to glide. Do you see? Do you understand? Now, how does the volt come into all of this? This gives you volume. This gives you volume, and this tells you volume are going into advancing issues or declining issues. So what you want to see is when you see this upticking, you want to make sure there's volume behind it, moving in the same direction as this. You work them together. This you could do by itself. You could do this by yourself, but these two you have to use together. This you could just use with the SPY. You could just compare this to the SPY. This is volume advancing in advancing issues versus volume in declining issues. And the best thing to see is when there's a disparity between the SPY, which is the line right here. This is SPY. This is the S&P 500 right here. 5-minute chart. And this is the indicator right here. So right here, see right here how the SPY is going up, but this is not a good, there's no divergence today. I wanted to show you divergence. Here, right here, there's some divergence right here. No, still not that really divergence. The point is, usually volume is what will control where this goes. So if the SPY gets out of whack, if the SPY is going up, but you see this going down, it will revert back to this. It'll revert back to this. Okay? So, but I wanted you, more importantly, but the VOLD or the T2104, you could use with or without this. But these you have to use together. And the problem is most folks don't understand how to use them together. Okay. Yeah, well, a lot of people are well, there's a lot more to it than that, Perry. I think it has a lot to do with. I think it has a lot to do with personally. I think, and again, folks, don't pull me into this. I'm not talking politics, Matt, and this is not a political discussion. I think it's more of the uncertainty that's going on with the world economy right now. Yes, Chris, Pitt is money. I agree with you. By the way, Matt, how are we doing on that trade?
Which one?
The short in the VIP in the
We're
pit.
we're in the money. I'm waiting to take profits.
Okay, well that's good. What's the symbol for Vold in Thinkorswim? It's you Farid, just put a dollar sign in front of what you wrote. Let me show you. Look. Dollar sign Vold. There it is. Perfect. So again, what was I going to do? What was it? Tick. So again, I wanted to show you. And by the way, when you guys come out to the February 27th and 28th, or whether you guys don't come out and you're live on Zoom. And by the way, I'm going to let you know the Zoom meetings are going to be just like the meetings are all going to be just like this, where I'm in front of a computer. I'm not going to be standing, walking across the stage. I don't play that. I'm going to be in front of a computer, sitting in front. So whether you're live or you're not there, you're going to get this a very similar experience. When did you put a notice in the pit? Right here. SPY bonus buy SPY February 4th, expiration 602, put at 10:22 in the morning, filled at 2:40, and we just take profit on the SPY put at 12:30 at 270. So we got in at 240 and we got out at 270. Michael, is there some confusion here? Folks, are we doing something stupid or crazy, or is there something weird going on here? Or are we all making money? Janet, is that a good no or a bad no? Janet says good no. Okay, good no. Okay, good. Made money. All right. Made money in the pit. Did anybody not make money on that trade? We're making money. Okay. All right. Folks, are you making money in the pit or are you losing money in the pit? Making money. Okay, good. Making. Kirk, 18. Robert, making a lot of money. Making money for sure. No, it's not a spread. Matt, what percentage was that an increase?
Well, how much money did we make?
Yes.
We made 12 and a half. If you were a little late or a little slower than I was, you would have made at least 20 cents more.
Yeah,
Filled a little
236.
early.
Yeah, I don't really see too many people complaining, I'll be honest with you. All right. Let's move on, okay? But Michael, did I answer your question? Was there something there? You were surprised. I just want to make sure everything's kosher, Michael. 21%, 19%, and I know Matt's going to copy all of those. Shorted scalp on QQQ based on what you did, make money. All right. So everybody's happy. I don't know. Yes, you did. Okay, good. Can trades be in other text color? I don't think we have that option. We don't have an option to do that. They're not spreads. They're just guys. These are not spreads. We're just buying calls and puts. All we're doing, we just bought a put for $240 and sold it for $270. Great call on BKR. Great, great. But you know what? I'm starting to accept things that I cannot change, and I will never be able to change the fact that there will be some people that I will not be able to please, even if I give them 300% winning trades. Because honestly, I've never met anybody I've never met anybody who I would want to copy as a trader. And that's telling me that more likely than not, I'm probably helping you make money most of the time. I took profit today. What is this? I got the message, but Robinhood did not give expiration, but make money, no doubt. All right, all right. As a bonus, Yeah, as a bonus. But I gave that to everybody, not just the pit. I gave that to everybody. Those are not pit trades. Those are trades for everybody. I don't call those pit trades. Mikey, just as a conclusion, I gave those trades to everybody. Okay. All right. So I want to show you something interesting. So there's a lesson here. So here's the lesson. And we're doing good on time today. And I have a class at 1 o'clock, by the way. And even if you guys don't buy anything from me at 1 o'clock, you're going to get at least 50 seasonality windows. 50 seasonality windows, which means I'm going to give you like 50 seasonality plays, which you can take home with you. Okay. Yeah, we never. It's a bonus trade, Laura. That 50 cents to one. Yeah, you could still. I mean, it's still an open trade if you wanted to. You could have closed it this morning for I think 20 cents. Murray says, "I don't know why you don't drink. You don't know why I don't drink because my wife is too damn active and I have to keep up with her, or I'm afraid she's going to marry a younger man." And she's older than me. She's like a month older than me. She's too active. I can't keep up with her. I can't keep up with her on alcohol. She's very beautiful. I'm telling you. She's like an energizer bunny. Keeps me young. Keeps me very young. I love my wife. Rado, we're going to talk all about so thank you, Rado. She's more active than I am. Yes, she runs a charity. So my wife runs my wife runs a full-time charity. She's studying to take I can't really get into details, but she's studying for a major exam right now for absolutely no reason whatsoever. She's never going to do anything with it. But my wife is like the busiest person I've ever met in my life that doesn't have an official. She runs 5 miles a day and does marathons. She keeps me very, very active. Between you and me, I have a lot more relaxing time during the week than on the weekends because my wife I love her. She's the love of my life, but she's something. She's a firecracker. My wife. She's very talented, beautiful, and very smart. Yes, she is. Thank you, Kathy. She's everything. I married up. We're the same age, Stacy. She's a month older than me. She's August 24th and I'm October 29th. So 2 months. She's got 2 months on me. She's very young lifestyle wise. She's very, very young. I mean, she'll be around in February. She'll be around. The seminar is going to be like 2 blocks from my house. So we'll all have it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, so you guys will definitely get a chance to meet her for dinner. We're gonna have dinner together. It'll be a lot of fun. Oh, I always do, Dennis. I show her. We go to New York once a year, and I buy her something. I buy her pretty much whatever she wants from Fifth Avenue. So I do. I'm a good husband. So let's go back to this. This is more important. She's a great wife, and I think I try my best. But I gotta be careful, or she'll run away. Gotta be active. We've been together for 25 years. So this morning, what is it's coming up. It's actually coming up. All right. So let's just talk about this. This is important right now. So this morning, there's a lesson here. This morning, you guys see how the majority of the day till we started talking always happens right when Matt gets his lunch, the market starts either going up or down. But notice if you looked at the ADD, you would say this is a very, very strong market today. This is a very strong market. Look, it gapped up and it went straight up. It went straight up. Didn't like literally straight up. But when you looked at the tick, you noticed it was mostly fluctuating between 400 and 500 and 500, 500 and 500, which is like a fairly reasonably neutral level. There was no firepower. There was no firepower. Kevin, I don't know what they are. I'll tell you what they are after the session if you send me an email. But I don't know what they are. I honestly don't because I've always looked at them on Thinkorswim. These two I've always used on Thinkorswim. I don't know why. They have them on TC2000. They have them everywhere. And they have them on, I think they have these on every platform. And For as long as I've remembered, they've always been called ADD and tick and Volt. That has never changed. Okay, this is not about firepower in the stock, Mike. This is about firepower in the overall market. Okay, I'll talk about firepower stocks in a minute. Trend, you get too much. I think that the picture between ADD, looking at this as the where is the wheel turning. This is okay. This is like you're about to fire somebody and you're turning the musket. Okay, and this tells you how much firepower you have, how strong that shot's going to be. So this is the muzzle, and this tells you if it's a 9 millimeter or a pellet gun or a 22. Does that make sense? And this, which is the Volt, this is right here. If volume is coming into advancing issues or declining, so if this is moving directionally one way or the other, with this you got firepower. But if this is moving, but this is shaky, it's you don't have to combine this, the Volt, with these, but these two you have to use together. Like the way I explained to you. This is where you're aiming, and this is how much firepower you've got. So if this is moving up and you're seeing, 1,000 over and over, oh, okay, all right, we got some firepower. But if this is moving and this is not, then you're dealing with like a gap up. You understand? What happens if I have a gap up and nobody comes to support it? It'll just fade away. Hopefully, excuse me, hopefully I'm making sense. So today, what Matt and I saw was we saw the market doing a really good open and staying very firm. It looked like because most stocks were trading above yesterday's high. But then when we looked at whether there's anything supporting them, we said, hey man, there's nothing supporting these things. They're both just measuring right now. This is just so I have a little perspective. I only care about one day. Okay. And right now, as of the last today, the SPY is above the volume. The volume is not outperforming the market. Volume is below price of SPY. Meanwhile, look at all of these stocks upticking, but volume is below. There's a huge divergence between volume and SPY right now. So volume is not coming in as much as this would like you to believe. Basically, this and this are telling us that this is a mirage. Whereas if, let's say, this was at 1,000, but this wasn't going anywhere, that would tell us we have firepower, but there's no directional bias. So you have to use them together, okay? And again, in the last couple of days of February, I'm going to explain to you some preset. I'll say like, okay, if this does this and this does that, that's bullish. If this does that, I'll give you some pre-canned things you'll be able to take home with you, okay? And again, even if you don't come, you can watch it on Zoom. I'll give you all that on Zoom. All right. All right. Sorry. Clean this up. And by the way, I will be having a class. I don't need to track SPY on them. They're not as related because they're deep internal. There's no need for me to track the SPY because this won't give me a projection of the SPY. Don't need to have that. Won't do me any good. All right, let's now go to. Now that was supposed to be a premium session, but I gave it to you guys for free. So don't ask me for more freebies today. Where is my? Oh, there you are. All right. Who moved my cheese, right? Rich made 12.25% on that trade. Tony JNS says, Tony the Tiger says, you're great. I like that, Tony the Tiger. That's funny. May I ask, where is the volume that you're talking about? Volume, right here. This is volume. This is the difference between volume coming into stocks that are moving up versus volume moving into stocks that are moving down. That's what this is. So you could see how much conviction the market has. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking to see if there's divergence between the price of the SPY and advanced decline line. But I don't really need that for the AD line, because the AD line is more of like the A and D line. Again, it's like looking at a daily chart, and the tick is looking at an intraday chart, and the T2104 is like looking at. Once you have that idea, you can then make heads or tails. Once you understand how to use them together, it'll be great, and I'll go over that. But for now, what you should be looking at is divergence between the SPY and advanced decline line, and and right here, tick and advanced decline right here. Again, this is all the stocks that are on an up that are trading above yesterday's high. So let's say you had some good news come out and you have stocks that are moving up. This will just scream higher. But again, is anything supporting it? And if this is not at 7, 8, 900, there's nothing there. Nothing there. All right. No, they're totally different. They're not OBV, but OBV is a good indicator. But it's a good OBV is a good indicator because it looks at volume. I like indicators that look at volume. I play around with OBV sometimes. I'll talk about it sometimes, but I don't want to get into it right now. All right, now let me give you guys some stocks. Again, it's almost 1 o'clock and I have a class, so I'm not going to give you options, but I'll give you the stocks, and tomorrow we'll revert back to options. This class that I just gave you, this is a real important class. Remember, ADD, the steering wheel, and tick is the gas pedal, okay? You could steer all you want, but if there's no gas, it's not going to go anywhere, okay? And by the way, you only want to use these during the day. Don't use them overnight, okay? Short stocks. SYYY. Food distribution, consumer staples. I don't like consumer staples. Omar says, Thinkorswim shows the opposite between Volt and SPY, and that Volt is higher than Thinkorswim. I'll take a look. I don't want to get into it right now. But they're not identical, but they're pretty close to being identical. The other ones should be identical. All right. Omar, otherwise I'm just not going to be able to get through to this, and I'll leave a bunch of people disappointed. I want to go through this. SYY. Earning dates is right here, by the way. It's right about 75% of the time, as we all know by our painful experiences. CAG, another consumer staple stock. Please don't go loading up on 10 consumer staple stocks, but CAG, another consumer staple stock. And there's another one, CPB, Campbell Soup, which is just now starting to break down. Also a consumer staple stocks. Now, it's kind of funny, but people say they don't like to trade consumer staples. Look at how clean this trend is. That's a very nice trend. It's a very desirable stock to trade. Just saying. RARE, real estate, office real estate trust. If economy slows down right now, not a day trading stock. Definitely not a day trading stock. Look how wicky it is. Wicks. Everywhere you got wicks, wicks, wicks. Choppy. Going to buy more time, but a good swing trading stock. Breaking the low right here. But hopefully you understood some of the basis for the market internals that I just showed you right now. This is a beauty right here in terms of what it's doing. It's choppy stock, but breaking the 200, and it has no pullbacks today. Now, the market is just took a cross today above the 50-day moving average. We're up a couple hundred points. The stock is breaking down. Look intraday. Broke down. I could assure you institutions are selling this stock. Your chart displays are lagging your discussion. No internet issues today. It may be your computer, Chris. Is anybody else getting a lag, or is it just Chris? If it's slow on your end, charts are fine. Okay, good. Net one. Okay, good. Hey, Santiago, how are you? Kevin, good. Yeah, I'm not seeing any lag. Net. Love the stock. Don't like this price action. But with that said, we're starting to come up here. My suggestion would be to key it off the 8-day EMA. Thanks, Jeremiah. This is a beautiful breakout. Not overextended, but not a day trading stock. You know why it's not a day trading stock. So let me explain to you why I need to make an adjustment, Matt. You see how many candles are getting lit up
Mm.
in white?
Yep.
Anything that's above this yellow line is getting lit up. So
Mhm.
I want to put a filter in there where it's 20-25% above this level. Hopefully it'll eliminate the majority and I'll just have the highest volume candles. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You guys understand why I'm asking Matt annoyingly every day to adjust this? Because I'm getting too much sensitivity here. Okay. All right. So if you don't see it adjusted, you're gonna have to remind me to get Matt to do it, right? You guys are my narcs. Roblox, still continuing, still going strong, holding the VWAP pretty damn well too. Nice stock, but I think it has earnings in 2 days. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now, what would be the perfect day to buy this stock right here? Give me a date. If you can go back in time, what would be the perfect day to buy this stock? Would it be right here, or right here? Someone said yesterday. Number two, yes, right here. That's it, right here. Right here. Here's the day, right there. That's the magic day right here. This is magic. This is okay. This is bad. Yep, the 28th. You got it. That's it. You guys got it right. Sometimes I have to test you. I have to test you. No, forget it. Too choppy. Bros. A little too deviated from the 8-day EMA, but I'll be honest with you. If it's still up and we can get a little bounce off the 8-day right here, I wouldn't be too shy to buy it today at 62.26. Not going to happen today, but maybe next couple of days. Nice moving stock. Add an A line. Yes, Carlos. Yes, yes, yes. Amazon, which has earnings in a few days, which we definitely don't want to touch. But if there was no earnings, today would be the day. Right here, right at the VWAP, right there. So if you guys want a day trade, you want me to give you a bonus day trade, this is it right here. You have a bonus day trade right here. Just bounced off the VWAP. Day trade only. Profit target at 242.52. You got about $1 right here. You got about $1 right there. But please don't hold overnight. You got earnings. But you got a day trade right here. Okay. Matt, are we still long that bank stock?
Yep.
Hmm?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I was going to say there's another one right here that looks really good, but they're highly correlated. How much is it up, anyways?
19%.
Very nice, right? Look at that. Sorry. Allergies. Netflix. If it comes above the VWAP right here again. This is why confirmations are very important. A lot of people got excited this morning when I added it to my watch list, but I didn't go long, did I? Because it didn't give us a confirmation. It didn't give us a confirmation. It needs to stay here and break out from here, not tag us and come right back down. Still fine. You got the 8-day EMA here, but it'll just probably just stay choppy, which is fine. But got to wait for confirmation. I got an email today. Roger, I'm down 1,900 or something. I'm like, I never said to get into stock. All right. FTNT starting to break out. Starting to break out. Very, very nice stock. And Reddit. Nice breakout. Way overextended. Needs to come down right here to the 8-day. A little too much too fast, and earnings are coming up. But I do like the stock. Have you guys noticed something interesting? The majority of the stocks that we keep talking about are repeat offenders. If the stocks we keep talking about the only way the stock would keep coming up on our list is if the stock keeps making a 50-day high, 90-day high, a 6-month high. It has to be on the move. Otherwise, it doesn't make it on my list. So the fact that Sean says, "Am I missing wrong comments? Though you didn't like Netflix old or recycled content." I hate Netflix, Sean. I can't stand Netflix. But what does that have to do? Now, Sean, you've been here for almost a year, I think. Now, what does my opinion of Netflix and their content have to do with technical analysis or buying stocks? Nothing. I can't stand Elon Musk, but Tesla's my number one stock for the year. I'm allowed to have an opinion, right? We have to separate our technicals and our beliefs. Our beliefs have nothing to do with whether we're going to make money or not. I have a lot of beliefs, and I have a lot of theories, and so does everybody else. You should see my house on New Year's Eve when T-Bus comes over. We have a lot of theories. We have a lot of things we like and we don't like, but that has nothing to do with what we trade. Not right now, Christopher. So you should know better than to ask me that, Sean, because you hang out with me about 2 hours a day. By now, you should know that I have a lot of opinions that have absolutely nothing to do with how we trade. Think about it. I can't stand Elon Musk, but Tesla's my number one stock of the year. If that doesn't tell you all, what does? The only thing I care about is making money. No, no, you should never ever take what I say fundamentally and my charts in the same breath. And I will always refer to the technicals because money speaks much louder than words. Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla. No, we did a spread on it last week. It went up, we took profit. It was a bonus trade, and that was it. Right now, I'm pretty bearish on neutral on Tesla. Neutral. But I think Tesla is going to be the number one stock this year because until Musk and Trump stop being friends. I only thought there was a move into sports was good and not their other content with the discretionary. Look, it doesn't matter what you. It doesn't matter. Look. Netflix, I think, is doing horrible right now in terms of what they're doing to. I think what Netflix is doing right now is trying to squeeze every last profit opportunity they can instead of making value. Netflix stock has gone up already for 3 or 4 quarters because of savings that they're doing. There's two ways a company can grow. A company can grow by making more money, and a company can grow by cutting corners. The way I'm seeing things, Netflix is trying to be creative and save money and be a lot more creative in how they procure content. Subtitles, foreign movies, less original content. We're going to charge you, but if you use a service from your own home, we're going to give you commercials. To me, what they're doing now is they're trying to take advantage of the consumer, not create value. To me, when a company stops creating value, that's a big, big red flag. Now, does that mean I'm going to stop trading it? Hell no. But I'm explaining to you fundamentally that company is not looking good to me. It can take 5 years for the fundamentals to catch up to technicals. Why would I lose opportunity? I'm still going to keep trading it. Want to make sure you understand. All right. I'm going to ugly Cybertruck sold more than that's what I mean. Like, so, and that brings me to my last conclusion before I go to the other room. Please don't take what I say fundamentally as a direction to how I'm going to trade technically, because my technical direction and my fundamental direction can be 180 degrees from each other. Okay. All right. I got to go to my other class. Please post a link. And by the way, that's what separates a true trader from some cockamamie guy, because there's a lot of guys out there, they feel something fundamentally and they trade it. No. My fundamental view and how I trade things, they have nothing to do with one another. They are polar opposite of one another. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes, and I'm going to be giving you a lot of freebies there. Great session. See you soon. And I like the Ford trucks, by the way, a lot. I do. I like the Ford trucks quite a bit. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes, okay? I'm going to give you a lot of freebies. All right. Good session, huh, Matt?
Yep. Great.
All right. Let's go to the other room. Bye, everybody on YouTube as well. Bye, folks. I'll see you soon. hopefully you guys learned about the market